Alright, how's everybody doing? Got a couple more articles I want to share with you. And this one is from Beacon Equity Research. Links will be posted below. Excuse me. So you guys think, so just in case you don't think I'm like spitting out rubbish. Shock jobs report. Brzezinski warns of collapse. U.S. civil unrest. Got gold. June jobs report. The ugly, and the ugly. Yahoo headline. Another shock from the Labor Department on top of last month's disaster delivers a severe and final body shot to any hope for recovery. There wasn't any hope to begin with. That's the problem that most don't realize. If last month's jobs data catastrophe didn't convince those betting on the U.S. recovery that they're blowing Dixie, not much will. The headline jobs number came in at more than 18,000 with a consensus expectation of 105,000 from the usual economist. Looking beyond the headline, however, the bogus birth-death adjustment of more than 131,000 only serves as an insult to the intelligence of anyone tracking these data. It's just another Orwellian thing. So after backing out of the phantom job creation from the birth-death model, the June loss of more than 100,000 jobs can be added to May's roughly 100,000 job loss. That's a contraction of more than 200,000 for a U.S. economy that needs to show job growth of at least 125,000 per month to break even. After considering population growth. You know, the population's rising here too. With the U.S. economy clearly sinking into deeper recession, some say a depression, it appears the social unrest in Europe is coming to a neighborhood near you. No help from Washington this time. If federal spending increases to mitigate the plunge, the already ridiculous budget deficit blows up into an Argentina-like collapse. If taxes are raised, the economy moves into rapid implosion, lowering tax receipts even further and accelerating the debt-to-GDP ratio beyond any hope of turnaround. The U.S. has entered a Kondrativ winter, a time during the debt supercycle that Russian Soviet Union economist Nikolai Kondrativ, 1892 to 1938, warned befalls all economies reliant on ever-increasing debt for economic growth. Kondrativ proposed the theory that Western capitalism moves through a 60-year debt-generated economic cycles of boom to bust. The spring of the present supercycle began following the end of World War II in 1945. It's a Minsky moment, a phrase used to reference Hyman Minsky's work on the relationship between debt and economic cycles, called the financial instability hypothesis. The Soviet Union-born Minsky, like Kondrativ before him, suggested that the end of the debt supercycle cannot be averted, but instead ultimately leads to one of two alternatives: an outright default or default through currency debasement, a la QE1 and QE2. Yet another Soviet Union-born Poland Brzezinski told MSNBS on Thursday he expects the civil unrest in Europe will come to America as a result of the U.S. economy no longer able to service its debt. The former National Security Advisor under President Jimmy Carter predicted really serious international turmoil as a result of the United States, Europe, and Japan simultaneously drowning in excessive debt. In the past, slowdowns in any one region were made up by at least one of the others. Today, all three are mired in insurmountable debt burdens, says Brzezinski. The three regions, comprising 55% of the world GDP, yet represent only 10% of the world population, are on their own, asking the rest of the world, which, when calculated on a per capita purchasing power parity basis, equates to 1/11 of its Western counterparts' PPP, to bail out the West isn't a solution, even if it was mathematically feasible. Even China, with its nearly $3 trillion, cannot handle the bill. Therefore, Americans are about to experience the same pain as the Greeks. I don't want to be a prophet of doom, and I don't think we are approaching doom, but I do. But I think we're going to slide into intensified social conflicts, social hostility, some forms of radicalism. There's just going to be a sense that this is not a just society, Brzezinski said, adding that a decimated lower middle class is most likely going to be the catalyst for Greece-like civil unrest. That was off the Beacon Equity Research. Article number 2 from Yahoo News. Palestine UN memberships, a debate for Council in July. United Nations. The UN Security Council plans to discuss in July the possibility of Palestine becoming a United Nations member state, the Security Council president said on Tuesday. The Arab League has said it would request UN membership for a Palestinian state in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, with East Jerusalem as its capital, at the UN General Assembly in September. An open debate on the Middle East has been scheduled for July 26, according to a provisional calendar for the Security Council for July. I think that will be an occasion to explore the various options that might exist in the Palestinian side, said German Ambassador Peter Wittig, UN Security Council President, in response to a question about when the issue would be debated. Germany holds the Security Council presidency in July. Wittig pointed to an upcoming quartet meeting as a possible indicator on the situation. The quartet of Middle East peace negotiators, the United States, Russia, the European Union, and the United Nations, are expected to meet on July 11th. The meeting, expected to take place in Washington, will come and a U.S. push to revive peace negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians. That is today. Separately, a spokesman for UN Chief Ban Ki-moon said he could not give a firm date as to when the much-delayed findings from a panel set up to investigate the 2010 Gaza flotilla incident would be released. I don't think we are yet at the point where the report will be handed over. When that happens, obviously, we'll let you know, he said at a press conference on Tuesday. Last August, Ban appointed a panel headed by former New Zealand Prime Minister Geoffrey Palmer to investigate last year's Israeli attack on an aid convoy bound for Gaza. Well, those are the two articles I wanted to show you. And again, a lot going on. And you guys need to start being on alert. We got the so-called approaching El Niño coming in, and I believe that's the cause of these earth changes that have been happening. You got more volcanic unrest around the world. I mean, it seems like it's more now than it was maybe 3 or 4 or 5 months ago. The seismic servers are just off the charts right now. So expect to see more. Expect to see a lot more. The whole locust swarm in Russia. You know, I saw an article the other day of these worms basically entering in the human body, basically eating them from the inside out. Pestilence, rats, mice, locusts, flies. A lot more die-offs happening again. Oh, they've been happening, but you know, nobody really pays attention to it anymore, but it's still happening, guys. So until next time, I'll keep you guys posted. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, truth be told, truth be known. Stay safe. God bless. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.